Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we are going to go on a little adventure thanks to our friend Wyatt Bennett, who yesterday afternoon on the YouTube channel on another video asked if I could do a video on how to clean the Regens squeeze lighter. And I have a few, and I like the Regens. They're cool little lighters. I've sold a few of them over the years, but they have some limitations. And as I told Wyatt in the comments of that video, the 1954 lighter repair manual says of the Regens and other squeeze type lighters that these lighters are all in the inexpensive bracket, selling for less than $2. It usually does not pay to repair them as the replacement cost is so low. Well, obviously not so easy to replace them today as it was in 1954, but the repair manual also notes that the lighters are typically riveted together and not easily disassembled, which appears to be the case. Definitely is the case with these Regens and most of the others that I've run into as well. Some of them have a screw or two in them, but we're going to go over it here a little bit and just see how far we can disassemble it, and maybe a method or two that we can use to clean it. And I'm hoping maybe even a Flint tube that's obstructed, and maybe we can just dip the whole thing off in vinegar. If you enjoy watching videos about old petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconana, and other useful mechanisms, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video you're watching. Tell your friends about the channel. Hit that share button. Send it off in a text, email, post it on social media. I refer a lot to the 1954 lighter repair manual, and you can find that at the Toledo Bend hosted VCL vintage cigarette lighter site that Frank Dutton and a few of his collaborators have put together there. There are links to the manual. It's very easy to go there. You can get all this information that I talk about right there. So anyway, I just wanted to point you toward that source. That is also linked to on my site at dependableflame.com/helpful lighter related links. So now that we get that out of the way, we'll go ahead and I'm not going to mess with that one. This one is actually working right at the moment, and kind of intriguing in the finish. It looks a little bit different than some others, so I don't really want to mess with it. All these others, you can see the different kinds of finish that they had, the different patterns, some just chrome, some with cross hashing, some with paint, some with pinstripes, but all the same clunky kind of mechanism. When you get one that is functioning well, they can be very reliable lighters. Leave any comments or questions below the video. We would also appreciate it if you would follow and like us across all the social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and of course eBay. This is the only example of the 5 that I had that doesn't have the Regens printed there on the front of the lighter, but it has it down here on the base, where I don't believe any of these others have it on the base. The tanks, made in USA, and the patent number, and I'm not even sure. It doesn't look like those patent numbers match, but my eyes aren't very good either. So, and that's not important. I'm just comparing them before we start taking this one apart, or attempting to. So as always with these, just like the MCO type, you can pull that and use that as a wand to light a pipe or a candle or something that you might need to get a little bit closer to. After it's lit, you can pull that out. Now I'm assuming that that's all self-explanatory as far as, man, that's really some dirty wadding in there. It looks like it has gotten rust at some point, so I'll definitely want to clean that out. And so who knows, maybe we just get lucky and get to clean this whole thing. So that's one thing, Wyatt. Of course, nothing really to that. If you've done that in one lighter, then you can do it in any of them. You just pull the wadding out, replace the wick, the wadding, using whatever cotton or wadding replacement you use. Some people like just to use cotton balls. Some people like the organic coil, which is what I use. Dylan hit me up the other day and pointed out that ZF77 likes using the cotton bacon. I believe that is a vape product. I haven't used that one myself yet. But anyway, whatever it is that you're going to use to re-wad your lighter, that's where you're going to put it to use. Now, of course, we have a flint screw, which we'll go ahead and remove. And it feels like it's under quite a bit of pressure, so I have a feeling that there is a stuck flint in there, which would be absolutely fabulous for our adventure. So you can see about how far that's going to need to go to meet that wheel, somewhere up in here. You pull out and see how much you've got in the tube, and you can see we are well clear of it. So there is an obstruction in that tube, and hopefully we're going to get it out. We could get it out with a drill, but I think we may get to try another method here. So now that we've got the flint spring out of there, we don't have to worry about that causing us any repercussions. It looks as though that file wheel is held in there with a pin that may be able to be accessed through these holes that ride the mechanism here. So let's go ahead and take a look and see, and find out if it wants to come out of there one way or the other, or maybe not at all. So this is held together with a pin or a rivet here and there. So I can't get that out without pinching one of them down. You can separate the snuffer mechanism, but it will only go so far without that pin. And then you can see the pin there that is holding everything. That appears too wide on both sides to go through there. Looks like that is just riveted in there to stay. So I think what we will do here is just go ahead and dip the whole thing in some 30% concentrated vinegar. The Flint tube is obviously obstructed. Will not go so I believe I'll go ahead and dip that, and then I'll get to work re-wadding and re-wicking, cleaning up this part, and we'll see how long it takes. If maybe I should just drop it down the tube. I don't know. Does the whole thing need to be? We'll see. I'll probably just drop the whole thing off in there and see. It's pretty dirty, and I don't see that it could really hurt. I'm going to rinse it off, blow it out when I'm done. So, yeah, we're just going to stick this thing off in the vinegar and see what happens. Just a word of warning about the concentrated vinegar. You want to be careful about what kind of metal you put in there, because that vinegar will destroy or damage this. Like the metal used in the Scripto View Flint systems, or Flint carriages, whatever you call it down here. It's like a plated pot metal or something, and anyway, the vinegar is too strong for that, so be careful. I'm not making any promises as to what the vinegar will or will not damage. I'm telling you it definitely will damage some metals. Please head over to dependableflame.com store on eBay and check out our current penny start auction, where 100% will benefit HDSA, Huntington's Disease Society of America. And don't forget that every auction benefits HDSA with at least 10%. Until next time.